Hey guys, so welcome back to the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, Part 1, The Boscombe Valley Mystery. So we are starting Chapter 4, Boscombe Valley Mystery. So yeah, I hope this chapter will be exciting, and this will also have 4 parts. So let's start with Part 1. I was having breakfast with my dear wife one morning when the maid brought a telegram. It was sent by Sherlock and it said, "Dear Watson, hope you have a few days to spare. I've been summoned from the west of England in relation to the Boscombe Valley tragedy. We will be very glad if you accompany me. I'm leaving from Paddington by 11:15 a.m. Be there." "Are you going to go, my dear?" my wife asked me. "I'm not sure. I have a long list of patients right now," I said. My wife insisted that I should go, as I was always interested in Sherlock's cases. I had met my wife through one of these cases. I had only half an hour to pack my things, but that wasn't the problem for me. Serving my country in Afghanistan had made me a ready traveler. In less than 20 wait a minute. In less than 20 minutes, I was in the carriage rattling towards Paddington Station. Sherlock was pacing back and forth on the platform when I arrived. He waved his hand when he saw me and thanked me for agreeing to accompany him. He asked me to sit in the train while he bought us tickets. The entire carriage was empty except for a huge amount of newspapers my friend had brought with him. For quite a while he was buried in these papers, rummaging through them and taking notes. Then all of a sudden he rolled the papers into a massive ball and threw them aside and asked me if I was familiar with the case. The truth was that my patients had to keep me so busy that I hadn't had time to read a newspaper in days. The London press only has broken accounts of the incident. I have collected all these papers to gather all the facts that are available on the case. From what I have read, this looks like one of those simple cases to prove to be quite difficult to solve. They have, however, formed a strong case against the son of the murdered man. Sherlock explained. "So it's a murder case?" I inquired. Sherlock said that it was thought to be murder, but he had a habit of not forming any option till he had studied the case himself. But he offered to explain the case to me as much as he could in few words as possible. So this is them. Sherlock is reading the newspaper and Watson is sitting. Yeah. Boscombe Valley is a country district in Herefordshire. The person who owns the majority of the land is Mr. John Turner, who made his fortune in Australia and came back to live in the countryside. One of his properties, a farm in Hatherley, was given to Mr. Charles McCarthy, also an ex-Australian. The two men had known each other in the colonies, so Mr. Turner apparently was richer of the two men. Hence, McCarthy lived in his tenant. But both men seemed to have equal respect for each other, as they were often seen together. McCarthy had one son, 18 years of age, and Turner had one daughter same age as the boy. Both men did not have wives. McCarthy had 2 servants, whereas Turner had at least half a dozen. This is all information I've gathered about the families. Now facts. The last Monday, that is on June 3rd, Mr. McCarthy left his house at around 3 p.m. and walked down to the Boscombe pool, which is a small lake formed by the streams running down the Boscombe valley. He told his servant he had a very important appointment at 3, from which he did not come back alive, Sherlock narrated. 2 people saw him on his way to Boscombe pool. One of them is an old woman, the other a worker of Mr. Turner. The worker said that only few moments after, just a minute guys, only a few moments after McCarthy passed by him, he saw the son too, following his father with a gun under his arm. So that's a son put a gun on his father, which is very cruel and nobody should do that. So yeah. So that's it for this part 1 of chapter 4, the Boscombe Valley Mystery. So I hope you like this story till now. So I'll see you in the next video. So bye.